suppose. Okay, I guess I'm live. Let me just put you two guys to live chat. There we go. And I'm going to just switch the camera around. Okay, I haven't done this for a while, so here we are. We're going to be making this Chicken Kiev, a golden Chicken Kiev with root fruits, well, basically potatoes and beetroot and stuff. And we're going to also have the chicken. I don't understand how they put the vegetable inside the chicken, but we'll see if that's what it's supposed to be. I haven't done HelloFresh for a long time due to, you know, everything being expensive. But I got 20% off, so I decided to get it. Anyway, so what are the ingredients? We've got this broccolini from Guatemala. We've got this rucola. We've got panko breadcrumbs. We've got chicken breast. We've got a lemon. We've got, what is this called? Those things that aren't carrots, but they're not, you know. Somebody tells me in the comments what vegetable this is in English. I don't know. It's called palsternacka in Swedish. Then we've got parsley. And we've got aioli. We've got this echalot. What is it called in English? This kind of shallot onions. We've got this, I'm sorry, but this is a really rotten, I mean, I'm sorry to say, HelloFresh is often giving me like bad quality products, but this garlic piece at least is okay, but that garlic piece is going directly into the trash. Like, that is rotten, so goodbye. Parsnip, yes, thank you. Thank you. Who is it who's in the comments? The comments like disappear as soon as I like look at them. Oh, it's Distract. Thank you, Distract, for your Swedish translations. And then we've got beetroot. Hello, everyone. Hello, Distract. Now, okay, I haven't done this for a while, so I don't really have the setup. I guess that I'll turn you guys around. I don't know how to get you guys into the right... I went to turn you guys upside down. Oh, there. Okay. No. No, now I'm not turning you guys upside down. Oh, there. Okay. I managed to turn you guys upside down. Good. So that I can place the phone like kind of like this. Oh. Okay. I want you guys to be stable, so there we go. So the first step is to take care of the root fruits in Swedish. I don't know what that is in English anymore. But these are the root fruits, which is the shallots, the beetroot, and the parsnip. It says to put the oven on 240 degrees Celsius or 220 if you have warm, like, air going around. So we're going to put that on. Okay, I'm putting it on. Then it says take out the butter from your fridge. Now, I don't have butter, but I have this Valio. I like this because it has butter and rapeseed oil mixed together. I actually like it better than normal butter. Then we've got, take the parsnip and the beetroot, and it says to not peel them. I think that we need to clean them. We need to clean them, probably. It doesn't say about cleaning, but there's like pieces of earth on this. So then we need to put them in 2 centimeter big pieces. So I'm cleaning the beetroots and the parsnip. Say hello to each other. I know that that's one of my favorite parts of this, is having people say hello to each other. It makes me happy to know that people know each other from the comments. That's very nice. I sometimes recognize, like I was on, what's her name's channel? Sensory Overlord, Holly. I saw that somebody had seen from my channel that my comments were getting deleted, and she was having problems with comments getting deleted as well. And the person said, oh, Radish Raven has already made a post about that. And it was just fun to know that Holly had also found that post somehow. I don't know if Holly follows me. That's, you know, sometimes I get like starstruck. Like, oh wow, other creators actually follow me. But okay. I'm putting, okay, so I cleaned them kind of. Now we're going to take the cutting board. Okay, and we're going to cut it into 2 centimeter pieces, and I hate cutting things. So, we need to put in knives. Okay. The knife is a bit rusty, but it will do the job. Okay. Okay, that's a piece that shouldn't be in, I guess. I don't know where there's this little piece here. Ugh. I hate beetroot because it just stains everything. Let's do the parsnip instead. It says 2 centimeter pieces, but like, oh God, I'm already tired of this beetroot. I'm not a fan of beetroot, and I've never been, so I don't think that I don't know what 2 centimeters pieces is. Let's just make it into small, like this, and cut them in half. I mean, I don't know. I'd forgotten how to do this, so there's probably a more effective way of doing it, but here we are. Okay. This is probably not at all 2 centimeters, but I kind of like it when it's thinner, but it does get like cooked really fast, so maybe we should cut it slightly so that they're in smaller pieces than this. Okay. I like it when it's thinly sliced, like chips. But maybe we don't want chips. I don't know. Let's just make it into little cubes. And yeah. Okay, I guess that I'll check the comments at some point. I am just going to finish this parsnip. I love the smell of parsnip. Actually, parsnip, I don't know if I've said this on this channel, but parsnip was my first food as a baby. My mom wanted to be original and make me parsnip as my first food. So she went to the store and got like the weirdest taste that she could find, which was parsnip. And I loved it. I loved it. And I didn't love it afterwards. Like, I didn't really... Oh, there's a little part that is a little bit rotten here. Okay. I didn't love it as a child afterwards, but I've started to love it again. It's like... As a child, I really loved carrots. Carrots were... My favorite food was grated carrots. But I realized that it wasn't the actual carrots that I liked. I liked the sauce that the ready-mades grated carrots had. Because when my mom tried to make grated carrots, I did not like it. So, yeah. Okay, there was that. Oh, hello, Sick. Hello. Uh, okay, Sick. Sorry for me not responding. So the thing is, the comments on that video where all the comments disappeared suddenly came back up, and then I had to reply to everybody's comments. And sometimes the comments are so good, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And it's like, I want to reply to comments that are nice to me, and I don't want to reply to comments that are not. The only problem is that I get so annoyed at the comments that are not nice to me that I end up tricking the algorithm into thinking that I love having comments that are not nice to me. So those were the only ones that were left. And so then I had to delete those comments because I didn't want to see them. This is a bloodbath. Look at that. I hate beetroot. Well, I'm not saying I hate beetroot the taste. I'm just saying beetroot is not something that I would make on my own because I just find it to be too messy. And like my fingers are going to be stained from this like forever. But okay, here we go. I'm probably making the pieces way too small, but I don't want a piece of beetroot that is uncooked. I don't like uncooked beetroot. So we have to... Okay. Bloody, bloody, bloody. It is kind of satisfying though how much blood there is. Not that I'm a violent person, but it is kind of funny. Okay. So I have two videos that are coming up for you guys. One of them is about how there's this new trend going around about are you autistic or just German? I know that there are some German followers here, and the thing is, and so I entitled it like, is it autism or am I Swedish? And yeah, and the answer is that yeah, no, it's a combination. Like not all German people are autistic, and not and autistic people aren't German. You know, there are some similarities, but there are also a lot of differences. Okay, so now we've put all that. Oh, and then we have to also have this onion thingy, and also 2 centimeters. So I'm just going to peel this. Oh, I guess that we can cut it and then peel it. That's smart. Or I don't know if it's smart now. I don't know what I did. Okay. We're going to just peel this shallot onion? Shallots? I don't know how you say it. The echalot. I'm not used to echalots. It's not like my regular go-to. So I'm not sure like how many layers you're supposed to peel on this. Okay. How was your Easter, guys? If anybody celebrated Easter, I didn't really do anything. I ate chocolate. I know that you can color eggs with onion peels. And I saw this video of some nuns who had like decorated these eggs with like vegetable stuff, like vegetables or little flowers, and created a pattern on the eggs, which was really nice. Ugh, I can't peel. I hate peeling this. Okay, I can't do this. Ugh. This is what takes so long. And these HelloFresh, they say that everything is like a half hour, but it takes me just a half hour just to peel all of the stuff and to cut it up. So that's why these lives are so long. Well, partly. The other part is that I just like talking. But yeah. Is it supposed to be green? I doubt it's supposed to be green. Maybe I was supposed to cut the end like this so that it would be easier to peel. But then I peel everything off. I don't want to peel everything off. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if there's more to peel in this. So let's just cut it up. 2 centimeters. I don't know how you're supposed to cut it. I guess that you can maybe cut it in half and then do. This is just very strange for me. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just do it like this. This is absolutely not 2 centimeters. It's probably more close to 1 centimeter, but okay, good. Okay, is there anybody here? No Easter celebration for me, but going out eating with my mom for my birthday yesterday was nice. Oh, that's nice that it was your birthday. One of the doctors at my office, it was his birthday yesterday as well, actually. So you share the same birthday as my colleague. Let's see. There we go. So now we have all of the stuff. Now let's put it onto a... You can actually feel the oven getting hot. And unfortunately there's a tray in there, which I should have taken out before. But that I need to take out now. So we've got this paper stuff. I'll get back to the comments. We'll just have to just push this over somehow. Where's my mitt? Here's my mitt. And we're going to take that. Oof. The tray is hot. Okay. I don't know if I should put back the tray and it's going to burn everything. Yeah, I don't know. I'll put it on the floor so that I don't get burnt. Let's take another tray instead. Okay. Here's a flatter tray. Okay. I don't have space for all this. Okay. There. Okay. I don't want all the peelings to go on it, but okay. Let's put it all there. Oh, I have a hair in here. Oops. Ugh, okay. Let's just throw it all onto the plate. Let's try to spread it a little bit evenly on here. I made the pieces way too small. Okay. There we go. We're going to just spread it a little bit. Good. Okay. Now I've got all that. What do we want us to do? Put it... Okay, they want me to use olive oil now, and I don't even have that. So what we're going to use is the pure rapeseed oil. That is easier to like... So I've got this Flora. You know, I can't afford to have like actual butter, and I can't afford actual olive oil, so here we go. I can't afford it. It's just like, it's not any of my priorities at the moment. Okay, I think that it's better to just do it a little bit onto the sheets here, because that will do something on here. I'll just spread it, spread it, spread it, spread it. It's the easiest way to actually get something golden on here. Spread, 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 spread. I'm probably doing something completely stupid in this case, but I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Like, how can you expect, if I'm going to be buying HelloFresh, like, why aren't they including the olive oil? They're making me pay a fortune. I mean, I got it on half price and it was 3 meals for 450 crowns. Or three recipes, which is supposed to be 6 meals, right? But it's like me going to a restaurant for several days in a row. I should do that instead, really, instead of doing this HelloFresh. But I'm doing it because it makes me feel like an actual person who actually cooks and actually, you know, does adult things. Okay. Yes, this Drac lives in Sweden. She lives a bit way off north compared to me. So I don't know like what the nature is over there, but at the moment, like I went outside in nature. Oh, we need salt. Sorry, we need salt. Okay, salt. Okay. Oof, my blood pressure is going to go off the roof. Okay. Pepper. There. Okay. Now we put it into the oven. Oof, it's really hot. Okay. There we go. Okay, that was step number 1, which took us a really long time, like 20 minutes. Okay, now, I still have a little bit of this in here, so we're going to keep that. I'm going to throw this out. Okay, good. That was step number 1. Now this whole thing is all red now, so it's going to be red forever. So let's try to at least clean some of it off. There we go. Okay, this is really a test and tea. Okay. Wait. Let me go back to the live chat. I don't know. I don't know why she came out. I know that there's a they. What's interesting about it? I just live here. A fast and beardy person. Well, I mean, you can be a fast and beardy she. Okay. Yes. Well, yes, this Drac happens to be from Sweden as well. Swedish as well. I can't talk. Okay. Do you like math or chemistry more in school? I liked chemistry more in school, but I did like geometry. Because I was Stefan 2205. So, yeah. That's why I became a doctor, because chemistry and biology was more my thing. Math, unfortunately, I had a hard time. Okay, so this is what's going on. During this time, we're supposed to cut up the parsley into small pieces, and then also the garlic, which I only have one of now, and I don't know where it is. Come on, garlic, where are you? I've lost the garlic. Where has it gone? There's the one piece of garlic that I have, which is very sad. The other piece of garlic had to go. And this is such a measly, tiny piece of garlic as well. The one that actually survived is small. Okay, there we go. So we're going to cut that off. So yes, I don't have that many Swedish subscribers. A lot of people, most are US. According to my statistics, there are a lot of people in India as well. They rarely comment or say anything about living in India. And then I have a lot of people living in England. And then I would say, I think that it's Germany that's next. And Sick is in France. And then we have Vandal Pete in Australia. Yeah. And we've got, is it Empo who's in the Netherlands? I don't know. I forget if she's in the Netherlands or if she's in Germany. Yeah, and I don't know what anybody's pronouns is, so I just say she, but I don't know what people's. I mean, sometimes people have their names, and so like I know, you know, male names or not male names. Okay, I'm just taking off the parsley that's not good from the stalks. It says that it should be in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes, so we've got time. I kind of have the feeling that it's going to be less than that in the oven. Okay, so I'm just taking off the stalks. Yeah, so I need to go back into the chat and see if I missed something. I keep getting distracted. I offered artisanal chocolate to a friend on Monday and went to People Garden, and we spoke 3 hours about many things, including psychiatry. Huh. That's interesting. I know that our friend Bufo went outside and actually talked to people, her neighbors across the street. That's a huge deal. But I can't seem to find it in me to talk to people. So I pretty much just go to work and I talk to people there and then I just go home. So yeah, this track is also mostly online, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I didn't miss much, I guess. It's just this track and sick in the comments. I hope that other people come up because apparently you're 7 people watching, but I think that a lot of you are just lurking, and that's fine too. It's just don't blame me for not making conversation. I'm trying. This takes ages. Oh, that's why it was smelling, is because I put the mitt on the airway. Oof, okay, sorry. There's this kind of like vent thingy over here for the oven, and I put the mitt on top of it, so I felt like everything was starting to smell like smoke. Oh God. Okay, so once again, I tried to get to the bike today, and I chickened out because there was a neighbor who was standing there, or like she was sitting in the sun and had a direct view over where I put my bike, and I couldn't do it. And then I started feeling extremely tired, which I guess is my anxiety. And so I went back home. I went back inside, I mean, and I slept for an hour and a half. And then by then it was like, okay, well, then the library had closed, which was where I thought to bring my bike to. And so I gave up, and I realized I had to go to the grocery store and buy eggs for this recipe. Because yeah, I need to have eggs in order to do the chicken thing. And yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed in myself once again, but I guess I needed that sleep because then I walked, and I walked that there's this 5 kilometer thing to go around, and so I did that 5 kilometer walk, and listened to my audiobook, which is The Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula Le Guin. Unfortunately, I find that her writing fantasy is maybe not as good as her science fiction. I don't know. I just found it pretty boring. But I guess that it was before its time. It's just that, Tolkien, it's hard to compare anybody to Tolkien, when it comes to fantasy. But like, I know that's a fantasy can be better. It was quite boring. I only have like an hour left on the audiobook, so I'm going to just finish it. But it's not, I don't really find it to be anything special. I don't know, maybe it was like a pioneer before its time. I don't know what concepts was introduced in that book that came in later books. I just know that I felt that it was not great. I don't really understand the theme of the book. The theme of the book is like, don't be arrogant, I guess. I know that Miyazaki made a Studio Ghibli, or was it Miyazaki? I don't know, but it was at least Studio Ghibli made, and it's one of their flop films. It's like one of the worst films. I haven't watched it because, I've watched most Studio Ghibli films, except like I haven't seen The Boy and the Heron and Porco Rosso, and I haven't seen Tales of Earthsea, and I haven't seen The Cat Returns. And apart from that, I think I've seen all of them. I haven't seen, like, I don't remember Pompoko. I saw it when I was like a baby child. So I don't remember Pompoko, and I don't think I've, yeah. Oh, yeah, what was funny is that my supervisor said that he'd seen the film A Silent Voice, which is an anime. And my brother had recommended that film to me. And so I told him, I knew that my supervisor would like the title of this. I Went to Eat Your Pancreas, which I've never seen either of those films. But I said, well, it might be interesting because, we're doctors, so that immediately caught his mind. And immediately, like the day after, he watched the movie and he said, oh, your brother has great taste. And I was like, wow, you actually listened to a recommendation of an anime? And yeah, it was interesting. It's not Miyazaki, but Ghibli. It was a good movie, heavily embedded in philosophy. Yeah, The Tales of Earthsea. Exactly. The Tales of Earthsea is apparently like the series. Well, the The Wizard of Earthsea is just the first book out of the series. So, that's interesting, the synchronicity. We're always having synchronicity, aren't we? So yeah, that's what I was reading. So I don't know why it's considered a flop, but it's not like most people's favorite Studio Ghibli movie. I don't know. I'm not like, I don't have a goal to see like every single Ghibli movie, but it is, I'm so close to having seen all the Ghibli movies that maybe I should just like get into it. Okay, so now we're just doing the garlic. Also, since the last video with the books, I've been I got a 100-hour audiobook subscription, which I probably will not be able to fill. but it was for a cheap price. It was like for 49 crowns. So we'll see if I get through that many hours of books. It's almost like I could get into the Count of Monte Cristo or something, like a really big chunky book, because that is probably around 50 hours of an audiobook. But yeah, am I able to get through 100 hours in a month? I'm not sure. But I definitely am able to get through 20 hours in a month, which is unfortunately the lower tier, which I had. And I realized like I go through that amount of hours too quickly. Because sometimes I've also had to stop listening. I didn't finish 2 of the books that I started on my audiobook. Actually, one of them was one that was recommended to someone on here. I think it was Mona. That was Tales of 2 of My Weird Sisters, which is by Limburg. And it was actually about writing letters to people that she thinks might have been autistic women in the past. I couldn't get the hang of it, and the audiobook narration is terrible, so I would have to read it like as a physical copy book, because I can't deal with the voice, which is like kind of peaky, like kind of very hyper and like a British teenage girl voice kind of thing. I couldn't deal with that, so I listened for about an hour and I gave up. So that was one, and the other one was Jill Duggar's book, Counting the Cost, because I have a special interest in cults. Okay, so I did all that. Oh, I also have to cut this into small pieces. How much broccoli do I need? Do I really need all this? I feel like, wait, I probably... How much broccoli? It says 200 grams. This is 200 grams. Okay, I guess I need to use this whole thing. This takes so long every time. I'm sorry, guys. I hope that you like watching me cut up things. Grave of the Fireflies. Oh yes, I did watch Grave of the Fireflies. I've repressed the memory. I've actually watched it twice because I'm such a masochist. Yeah, I don't know. But I've seen like people make the argument that it's due to the brother's fault that actually the child is dead. Okay, I don't know about the broccolini. Am I supposed to use the stalks or not? I have no idea. Okay, apparently you're supposed to have the stalks. But wait. That's not finely cut. What does that even mean? Oh, grov hacka. Sorry guys. So there's fin hacka, which is fin is finely, and grov is crudely. So I guess just in like biggish pieces. I don't really know what to do with all the stalks, so I guess that the stalks I'll put a little bit more to the side. I don't know what a broccolini is compared to a broccoli. A mini broccoli. Okay, here's the stalks. I'll just put it into like ish pieces. I hate when they make you like cut a bunch of stuff and then I don't know. There's so many things to cut and so little space on my cutting board. I don't know what they think I'm going to do with this. Okay, let's go. We cut it, we cut. We need to keep going. There's no rest. No rest for the wicked, whatever. Okay. I need to. Oh God. This is just ridiculous. The amount of stuff to cut up. It's like, if they're going to be doing all this, they might as well just do it all the way for you, but no. Instead they make you cut things up and pretend like you are doing all this yourself. Okay, I really don't know what I'm doing, but here. Maybe don't want everything in the broccolini to be together. Okay, these are all the stalks. We'll put the stalks together. We put the leaves here. Okay, let's just cut up the pieces. I do like the stalks of broccoli though, but I usually boil broccoli. I don't like put everything into an oven. Okay, but here's the stalks. Let's just cut the stalks. If I don't know, you know, if the stalks are not edible, at least I can boil them in the worst of cases and do it on the side. This is taking me ages and I'm tired. I don't want this. Okay, here. Yeah, so I've had to be mean to a lot of people on the channel because, well, I've not the actual, you know, but there are some people. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that I've become less tolerant to discussion on this channel. I like I've said before, this is autocratic regime which I have in place here. And I decide who gets to stay and who gets to go. And yeah, sometimes I just do not tolerate free speech because I do not want people on my channel to tell me once again that MBTI is pseudoscience and trying to argue with me about that. Okay, like I don't want to talk about that. Maybe it is. I mean, it's my special interest. Like I'm going to talk about it whether you like it or not. Why are you on my channel? And a lot of people take offense to me saying like, why are you on my channel? There are thousands of channels. I don't know how many channels on the entirety of YouTube. There's so much you can do on the internet. Why do you decide to argue with a person whose entire channel was based in MBTI? So I blocked this one person for that. And then I blocked another person for being an INFJ who hates INFPs. Yeah, I don't tolerate that either. For some reason, it's always INFJs saying that they know INFPs better than they know themselves, kind of thing. I'm tired of that. Okay, so then we've done that. Then it says to cut this into like little into pieces. There's so many things to do. What do they want me to do with this? Because then I'm also supposed to take care of the chicken. What do they want me to do with all this? Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, let's cut this into pieces. I do like lemons. I just licked the lemon. I'm kind of hungry. Okay, into pieces, like what do they mean? Into quarters? I'll do this into quarters because I can't deal with this right now. Quarters are fine. Okay, at least it smells a little bit different than the garlic because the garlic stinks up everything. Okay, there we are. We've cut that into pieces. Now then, what do they want me to do? I'm tired of this now. We've been going at it for 45 minutes and I'm only like halfway through. This is how it is. It's been 20 minutes. Oh no. Well, thank you. Yes. Ah. Okay. Thanks for the reminder. Oh no. Okay, this is a mess and it's terrible. I've caramelized the. Okay. Well, I guess that it's more burnt than vegetable at this point, but okay. I mean, you guys have witnessed a lot of terrible things in this kitchen, so I guess that I can't. I'll be honest with you guys. Okay, I can salvage some of this, but not a lot. Okay, I'm putting this onto the floor with the other pan. I don't know what to salvage here, but I think that the onions, maybe the beetroot is not salvageable, but the parsnips should be okay. Okay. That's what they get for making me do all this. Okay. I guess I'm just going to put things away into different. Oh, I'm regretting everything already. Okay. I need a bowl to put things in. Okay, here, we've got a bowl. We've got a bowl. Let's just put all that away. Let's put all the broccolini into the bowl. Okay, let's put the stalks with lemon pieces. There, okay, that's good. So that's one. Then we put another one with the rest of the broccolini into here. Yeah. I mean, cooking, it takes so much cleaning afterwards. There's so many different pieces that you need to have. So it makes me tired. Okay, there, we're putting that to the side. Okay, now, what do they want me to do? They say to put the butter, this, and half of the parsley, salt, and pepper into a bowl and put it to the side. Where do I have a bowl that's small enough? Oh, I can use this cup. Or no, I can use this little thingy. Okay, here I've got this thing, which I can make. So this is kind of making a garlic butter, but also with rapeseed oil because this isn't pure butter. Okay, so that's why they wanted me to. Okay, how much butter do they want? Three spoons. 3 spoonfuls. That's a lot. Okay, well, we need a spoon. Okay, I don't know how you do this. Okay, this is 1. 2. 3. Kind of. Let's add more. It's always better with more. Okay, now we put the garlic in, which I only have 1 garlic, so it's not going to be very garlicky, but here we go. Here's all the garlic. I hope that you guys are having fun in the comment section, because I'm not having fun right now. Okay. Let me go see. You usually don't eat the stalks. Yes. I understand. Okay, there we are. And half of the parsley, so here. That was approximately half. There we go. And what do we do with this? Okay, we need salt and pepper and then fork. Fork, salt, pepper. How much salt? They don't say. Okay, they don't say, so I'm just going to assume that it means a lot. Okay. I chose like an extremely tiny bowl, but it's like, I don't want to clean 10,000 big plates. Okay, the parsley is huge and not well cut into pieces, but we're going to manage. It will be fine. We will manage. Because we're strong people. We are strong people and we can do this. Okay, more. We are strong people who can eat butter with a lot of salt in it. We are absolutely not going to have a heart attack from all the salt I'm adding to everything. Okay, here. Okay, so this is the butter, which I guess is going to taste good. I hope so, at least. So, we are finally getting to the chicken, which is going to be the most terrible and nerve-wracking part. And I guess the parsley, because they say to clean everything after the chicken. So, we don't need to clean everything before the chicken, but after the chicken. And it's unfortunate, but I have a lot of things in my sink. Which, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I'm just, okay. Whew. I guess I have to clean my hands before the chicken. Okay, we cleaned the hands very quickly before the chicken, but we need to open the chicken. We're doing this over the sink. Okay, we're going to have to clean that knife. Well, I guess that this is the chicken knife now. This is the chicken knife. Okay. I guess I'll just pour all this juicy stuff out in the sink and get the chickens out. Because we're going to have to cut the chicken down the middle to get all the stuff in it. Okay, I won't be able to touch the phone for a while because I'm handling chicken. Okay, here. Okay, what do they want me to do with this? Okay, they now tell me to use separate, but now we're here. Okay, so we're going to cut it through the middle somehow. Okay, well, I don't know how you cut it through the middle, but we figure it out. We figure it out somehow. Oh, well, the thing is, it's like two different pieces. I guess that. Ugh. God, I hate my life. Okay. Here we are. Because we went to stuff all of the stuff into it. All of the buttery stuff. And it's hard when you're... Ugh. God. Okay. Well, at least we've got halfway through there and we've got halfway through here, I guess. There's this like blood clot thingy that I hate to see and I don't want to know about. Okay, there. Okay. Okay, guys, I've been reading Sunrise Upon Reaping, and so now whenever I'm like handling meat, I'm like thinking of the, like I'm on the survival. Okay, I'm on the survival show. Okay, this is going to get me through this, okay? It says to use salt. Okay, I'm going to salt, and then I'm going to wash my hands again, and then I'm going to do the stuffing stuff. Okay, that's the salt. Okay. I'm tired of this. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to just put it in. I'm going to put it in. I can't deal with any more of this. Okay, so we're putting this inside the chicken. Ah, okay. That was one. Here's the other. Okay, we'll put more later. I can't deal. This is barely even cut. Okay. I thought it was more cut than that, but okay, here we go. We're going to put all that in there. We'll have a lot of cleaning to do later. Okay, that was that. I find I want to put more of this on top of the chicken, but we can't really do that because we're going to be putting a bunch of stuff on top of the chicken anyway when we're going to be frying it. So, yeah, I don't know. I just want to put more of this in here. Somehow stuff it really well. Okay. That's why on the picture everything is like pouring out, because that's literally what's happening right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, I don't think that I can get much butter out of this, so here. Okay, that's good. That's all we can do. Oh God, we're going to still have to deal with more chicken stuff now. But I'm going to wash my hands now. So that I can like get your comments and stuff, and then I can get back to whatever they want me to do with my chicken, because I really can't do this. Okay, let's clean the knife as well. Okay. I'm glad that I did that at least. Okay. Clean. Okay, I'm using toilet paper to like dry myself off because it's more hygienic. Okay. Oof. Yeah, we've been going for an hour approximately. Let me check the chat. We are strong, we can do it. Yeah, I hope so. Nearly finished a book called L'Intimité that inspired a movie called L'Attachement that I watched. The movie was good and the book was good too. Oh. Projected in the cinema. Oh, you didn't like... I don't understand what the philosophy of it is. The philosophy of Earthsea. Apart from the fact... Wait. Just to let you know, those people define themselves to be neurodivergent, so that's why it was a bit easy for me to talk, so it wasn't random. Okay. Okay, well, oh no, the battery power is low. Okay, what are we going to do about that? I need some time to regroup. We're going to have to somehow charge a phone. Okay, I figured out a way. I figured out a way to charge my phone. So we're going to unplug the tea kettle. going to instead plug the phone. And we're going to move you guys to another location. Which I don't think that it's an angle that you guys have seen before, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, wait. So, how are we going to do this? Okay, I'm going to just add you guys to this. Parsley is contaminated. I don't know. I'm going to die. Doesn't matter anyway. Wait. So, well, basically, in the Tales of Earthsea, the guy is scared of his own shadow because he has meddled with magic. That's what I've figured out. Okay, so now you guys are plugged in. 14%. Good. I don't know how to clean things, and if parsley, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. We're just going to, because the thing is, the parsley is going to go onto the bra thing anyway, I think. Because the panko, the breadcrumbs are going together with the parsley, and this, and then it's going to go on top of the chicken anyway. So I don't really know what's the difference. But the difference is that you put this inside the egg. So somehow I need a bowl with an egg now. Do you guys see me? I don't even know. I think that's the camera is like upside down. Yeah, I don't know. We're looking for a better bowl. Once again, a new bowl. Three bowls going on at once, but okay, here. An egg. We need an egg. Right? One egg to this? I don't know. It says for one person, one egg. Okay. Yeah. I walked 5 kilometers to get an egg. I'm really not the most effective of people. But we're going to use the egg here. Okay, and so now we're supposed to mix the egg up. Okay, so this fork has not touched the chicken, so I think that it's fine to deal with the egg like this. But the chicken is going to touch the egg anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It feels like I'm in a sterile environment, like doing an operation. At least the steps are clear then, of like what you do first and what you do afterwards. Here it's like, they just assume that you know how to deal with the chicken. But yeah, okay, so now we've done this egg. So, we need another bowl. That's why I hate about like, how many bowls do you need? Okay, we'll have a lot of cleaning to do, but we're going to put all the panko into that bowl. Panko into the bowl. There we go, that was the panko. Okay. And then we add this in here. Panko, salt, pepper, and all the rest of the parsley. So the parsley goes into the panko. Oh, wait, that was a piece of broccolini. How does that get in there? Okay. So yeah, I'm getting contaminated with chicken stuff, but it's okay because the chicken is going to go in there anyway. Salt, pepper. Okay, good. Now what do we do? Now we mix this around a little bit, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so put the chicken into the egg, then into the panko, then put it on a plate. Well, I'm sorry guys, I'm not going to put you on a plate. Like, I've done so much bowls. I can't deal with a bowl more. I'm sorry. I'll put you guys back into the egg, I guess. because I can't. I really can't. Okay, so there we go. We put it into the egg. We dip it into the egg. We roll it around into the egg. Then we put it into the panko. We roll it into the panko. We roll it into the panko again. And the parsley. And yeah, good. And we're going to put it back. Well, actually, I'm not going to put it back into the egg. I'm going to leave it into the panko. There. Good. Now let's do this again with number 2. Here we've got the egg. We've got the egg. We've got the egg. Oh, and the butter. The butter has escaped. Its confines. Okay. There. We roll it in 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 there. Ugh. God. Okay. This is terrible. But we did what we could. Okay. I kind of went to just pour all of the egg stuff onto the chicken. Because like, what am I going to do this with? It's kind of not the smartest thing to do because it's going to become like an omelet on top of it. But like, yeah, I need so much cleaning, Teed. Oh, okay. Apparently, we were supposed to have been done with all this 12 minutes before the fruits in the oven. I was supposed to add the broccolini to the fruits in the oven. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to keep this here. And okay, I know what to do. We're going to put the chicken into the pan. Okay, wait, so we put the chicken into the pan. Do we have to do anything with this? Okay, well, it says to put olive oil. Once again, I have no olive oil. So we're going to clean our hands. This was complicated. Okay, this was complicated. Let's go. Where are we now? We're going to not have olive oil, but we're going to have the rest of this coating the pan. And my fingers are going to get dirty again, so it's okay to just use my fingers and to coat the pan. We're coating the pan. I'm just coating the pan with it because I have no olive oil, so we need it to kind of... The pan is kind of warm because of the oven that is underneath is still hot, so I don't need to preheat the oven again, at least. But yeah, okay, good. That was that. Now, let's put these onto here. Let's put the heat up, mid-heat, and then we put this 2-3 minutes per side, or until they're golden. So we're adding this in here. There. Let's add more stuff onto it. Hello. Hello. There. We need more panko. Here. Okay. And this. 2-3 minutes per side. Whoop. Okay, more panko. More panko, more panko, more panko. More panko, more panko, more panko. Because I'm not going to use this panko, so what do they want? Here. More panko. want it to be crispy. God. I mean, if you guys are tired of this, so am I. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, good. This is such a mess. Okay, we're going to just clean a little bit. This has touched raw chicken, so let's just go and clean. Clean. Okay. It's not 100% clean, but it's at least better than nothing. Now, they want me to like put this chicken into the oven and also to have the broccolini into the oven, but I cannot deal with more oven stuff. So basically the broccolini needs to be cooked 12 minutes and the chicken needs to be cooked 6 to 10 minutes. Oh no. Oh no. Are you guys back? Are you still here? I think I lost you guys. My phone decided they wanted to tell me that there's an update for some reason. So if anybody's back, I'm here. Oh, you're back. Thank you. I'm sorry for you guys. I was just talking. I don't know what I was talking about when this happened. You're in the southern part of what is considered north. Yes. Yes. I guess the southern part of Sweden, because I think the northern part's mainly cold. You can see the crime scene. Yeah, exactly. Seeking immortality and how it somehow accepts death. Yeah, I guess that the parsley is heated later on because it's heated with the chicken. Yeah, no. So yes, there is a plot point. Okay, you guys can't even see the chicken. That sucks. That sucks for you guys. Here we are. You see the chicken now? Okay. You kind of see the chicken, but not really. Okay, so this is going on. We're going to, unfortunately, the butter is falling apart, so we're going to put it on top of the chicken like this. Okay. Yeah, so 2-3 minutes is not a long time, so let's see if we can. Because this isn't the final cooking of the chicken. The final cooking is going to be in the oven. So I think that we should just like turn it once, turn it twice here. Good. Good. Okay, let's add more panko because we always need more panko. Okay, we should be having something in the oven right now at the same time. I don't really know what to do with vegetables that are all burnt, but we'll manage. Okay. Help. Okay. We're going to put the broccolini and replace the root fruits with the broccolini. So I'm just like sitting on the floor trying to manage my life. here. We put the broccolini instead here. Good. So the broccolini needs to have 12 minutes, but the chicken needs to have. So what we're going to do is that we're going to have the broccolini in for 6 minutes, and then we're going to add the chicken. That is going to be 6 minutes more, or a little bit more than that maybe. So I'm just scooping up all of the spoils of the war here. Okay, yeah, and so here, I'm not in the northern Sweden, but I'm not in the southern part of Sweden, but depending on who you ask in Sweden, like what is southern and what is north, is going to be very different. I mean, to all the people in the north of Sweden, they think that the people that are south of Uppsala are weaklings who can't tolerate anything and who think that Uppsala is north. Pretty much. When really, the southern third of Sweden is the only places that I'm ready to go to. So, for me, where District lives is north. But for a real northerner, that would not be considered north at all. Like, that would be considered the south, you know? So yeah, okay, so I got that. Now, we're going to put the broccolini into the oven. And we're going to hope that the oven is still kind of warm. We're going to put the oven back onto 220 or whatever. And we're going to put this back on. And now I'm going to put the broccolini in there in the oven. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing because, but I guess that there needs to be some kind of oil onto these. Okay. We need oil. We need oil onto the broccolini, so help. Oil on the broccolini, oil on the broccolini. Ugh. The fact that I left this rapeseed oil thingy out has made it really soft and sticky. I'm going to add this in big clumps. Cooking makes you really realize like how much salt and butter is needed to actually make things taste okay. Okay. There. We have a coworker who's from, I think that she's from Iraq. Okay. My hands are coated in, and so she always brings a bunch of food from Iraq that her mother has made her. And I really liked, there was this kind of like cake that had dates in it. It was really nice. Now, so, okay, we're going to add salt and pepper to this broccolini and then save the chicken from its fate. Okay, here, this goes into the oven. And then we're going to turn over the chicken. Hope for the best. Okay, so the chicken. Oh, it kind of became an omelet because but whatever. Well, we're just going to do this. Whatever. And then we're going to have the salad mix on top of it with the aioli sauce. And the lemons, obviously. Okay, so the panko, we can kind of clean it out. Oh no, there's water all over the place. Okay. I hope that you guys aren't getting really bored out there. I'm sorry, guys. This took way too much time compared to what I thought it was going to be. It says that it's 32, 35 minutes, but it never is that case. So, okay, now let's do the cleaning. Kind of. You know, we're going to have to do a re-clean later. But this is what we can do. So, okay, so what I was about to say is going to be pretty sad, so get ready. Okay, so, you know, it was April Fool's. And on April Fool's, a lot of autistic people don't like April Fool's, which I get because I don't really, you know, the tradition that I like is the French tradition of putting a paper fish on people's backs, like a little tag on them. I find that to be cute and sweet and not at all like hurtful to people. A lot of jokes can be hurtful. And the hurtful joke that I got to witness, or not witness, I got to hear from my supervisor, is that my supervisor has a daughter who is in a relationship with a girl. And the girl told her, the girl is from Iran, and the girl told her that she was going to get deported back to Iran due to the war. And so, because my supervisor is autistic and his daughter is also autistic, they believed it and went on a research spree to try to figure out how laws work, how to stop somebody from getting deported. And yeah, I don't know what happened to the girlfriend, how the girlfriend ended up reconciling with my supervisor's daughter, but that seems quite cruel, actually. Quite a cruel joke to do. It's like she cared about her girlfriend. I don't know how you can tell somebody with a straight face that you're going to get deported. So yeah, that was the sad news story. Okay, now I think that we're done with the chicken. Now let me see what's going on with the broccolini. I don't know what's happening with the broccolini, so let me check the... Okay, you guys get to see what's going on with the chicken at least. Sorry. Let me see what's going on in live chat. Yeah, that's not a good joke. If you're putting too much salt in the water, then you could cause some blood. I'm not all blood, so enjoy your meal, says Omar Crane. Prime Survival Reloaded. Yes. Okay, it's been 1 hour and a half, and I'm still not done. I'm tired. Okay, so this is happening. I'm going to put you pretty low down like this. Good. So it doesn't matter that the chicken is still not completely, because we're going to be putting it into the oven anyway. This was just to like make sure that the panko stayed on the chicken. Okay. Now I've turned off the heat on the pan. We're going to now add the chicken to the broccolini, I think. So we're going to take out the broccolini. I just like saying the word broccolini over and over. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Whoop. Okay, the broccolini is slightly warm, I guess. I'm going to take the spoon over to Put the chicken. Oh, I burned myself. Well, not really, actually. I actually managed. Okay. How are we going to do this? How do they want us to do this? I'm going to take a spoon from the sink. Okay. Here. Oh. Okay. Because we need to have it 6 to 10 minutes in the oven. So I'm going to do it at the same time as the broccolini, because I'm sorry, the broccolini, you don't deserve all the space here. Okay. There. And there's all this like chapelure to put on top. Okay, good. There we go. That was that. Let me put you back into the oven now. 6 to 10 minutes. Good. You don't want us to add something to this? No, it doesn't say to add anything to it, so let's put it there. Okay. Whew. Okay. There's still some butter in here, and this butter has not touched chicken, so that's good. Okay. Good. So this goes to be cleaned. To be cleaned. Yes. I've got way too much to clean. Let's just prepare a little bit. There's coming up a bunch of steam because the pan was hot. Okay. We're almost done. We're almost done with this, so we'll manage. We will manage. Okay, so 6 to 10 minutes. Let me move you guys to the other side. I'm just going to unplug you guys. Whoop. And let's see. Okay. I feel like my back is aching, my everything is aching. Good. Okay, good. 21%. So at least we have been doing some charging while this has been happening. Okay. Oof. Cool pattern on the hammer. Yes. Yes, I got those from my supervisor. So, okay, let's say 5 minutes from now. Yeah. I'm just checking. So at 35 approximately, 34, we're going to just check what's going on to the oven. It's only been sick so some other people have been here, but most people haven't, so. Oof, this has really tired me out. Oh, HelloFresh has changed the way that they present the stuff, so now it says "Hello Ingrid" on it. And the paper has become thinner. Yeah, Sweden has actually done a good thing right now, is that they've lowered the tax on food. So you can actually see that prices of food have gone down in some stores. Some stores have just kept it the same, but some stores have actually lowered the prices. Well, the tax wasn't much, it was 12% and now it's 6%. But I'm really glad that something is going okay in this world. Something is better than it used to be, because everything is so awful in the world right now. Also, I was reading Sunrise on the Reaping by, I read it in like 2 nights. Like, I read 50 pages, and then I read 50 pages more. And then that night, I read the rest of the book. I was like, considering the lowering tax of food in Denmark, but they just said that supermarkets will raise them again. Well, they might, but they haven't done so. So they've lowered actually the price. I went to both Hemköp and Coop here. I haven't checked. Yeah, and I've also been to IKEA. I don't know if IKEA has lowered the price. But I know that Hemköp had like lemons for 3 crowns, which was really good. But yeah, so Hemköp had certain things cost less than they used to. And yeah, I've realized that a lot of things cost less at the Coop that I go to. And it's a relief. You know, it might just be a few crowns here and there, but it's like I was getting so much anxiety of going to the store because I remember how things, a Marabou chocolate used to cost 16 crowns. And now it's 26. And there was a point where it was going up to 30, which is like double the price. I know Marabou is not good because Marabou has been part of like they have their filial in Russia, so you know they're not ethical company in that sense, but there are certain products that I know the price of. There was this shredded cheese that I get, usually, and it used to be like 20 crowns, then it went up to 26, now it's 22, so like, okay, I'll take it. I remember when Giflar were 10 dansk krona, another 20 when they're on sale. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. It's like, everything is so, okay, so Sputnik is from Denmark. Yeah. I know that your Danish crowns is like worth more than Swedish crowns. I just don't really know exactly. It's ridiculous. The prices in Sweden for food is a lot compared to other countries. But it got to ridiculous prices in like 2020 during the pandemic. So I feel really old when I'm saying these things, but like the inflation was incredible. And now the inflation is going to get terrible because of oil and everything, but yeah. So I'm not getting into driving because now I have an excuse in that I don't want to, I don't want to pay a lot for gas. Okay, I think that we're going to deal with, because it's 34 now, we're going to deal with the chicken now. Let's just see how it looks. Okay, I think that we're going to check on the chicken at least. Just see if it's pink inside. Or maybe needs to just take it up a little bit and poke it with a fork. I'm not sure if it's totally golden inside. Okay, we need a fork. Where's the fork? I had a fork. I don't have a fork anymore, so we're going to get the fork. How do you see if it's pink? Oh no, it's still pink inside. No. Okay. We put it back in. Okay. Right. Maybe like 2 minutes more or something. In France is similar. Pricing is getting higher, at least that people told me. Personally, I don't notice much of a difference because I usually go to Lidl, which is the cheapest. Yeah, but you know, Lidl is getting more expensive in Sweden too. So, yeah, I don't know. I it's hard to be optimistic nowadays when everything is falling apart. Somehow we're living and we're managing. And, you know, I'm so privileged to be able to live in a world where I'm not too affected by this. But yeah, there are many people who are way more affected. So I'm not going to like complain. My supervisor is freaking out. And that does not bode well for me because like he's always so cool and chill. But then you know, he's a prepper, like I said in the previous video. He's really interested in like the end of the world and stuff like that. So maybe he's excited about the end of the world coming because he can finally get use out of his bunker stuff. But yeah. Now I go to the expensive stores, but that's because they're closer and also because I know what's in there. And I can, you know, it's a better guarantee that the food is fresh. I always buy the same things, so yeah. I'm just keeping an eye on the chicken right now. Is it a Swedish stereotype type of bunker? I didn't know that. No, he's just an end of the world prepper. That's his special interest. He has many special interests. One of them is birds, and one of them is yeah, he likes bunkers and stuff like that. One of his special interests is so basically he has a wide special interest in animals and plants. So like biology is a special interest. He never was interested in literature or that kind of thing, even though I think that both of his parents were like literary people. And I've told you guys that he got bit by a shark. And then he also got bit by a piranha that he owned. And then he smuggled a rattlesnake from the US to Sweden. So like he was really into like animals. But he also has a thing for evolution. Like my dad is very interested in prehistoric stuff. He likes history. He has like seemingly facts about everything. So it's like hard to know like what does he not know. I just sometimes go to expensive store Monoprix, for example, because sometimes it is easier for me and closest to my place. Yeah. I go to IKEA, which is the expensive one near my place. And sometimes I go to Hemköp, which is even more expensive, and further from my place. But also it has a self-checkout and it's close to the library and it's close to like the secondhand boutique and like it's in the center of my town. So yeah, I go to that. The idea is that I'm supposed to use my bike to get to the shops that are further off, but I'm not using the bike, so I don't know how that's going to work. Okay, now I think that the chicken should be good. Let's get it out of its cage. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Okay. This is good. I think that is good. Oh, I'm burning myself. Okay. Let me just. Okay, I burnt myself through the oven mitt, which that's not good. Okay, I think those broccolini are way too cooked. That's because it said 12 minutes, but it's like, yeah, I needed to also cook the chicken for a longer time. Okay, now we're leaving the oven open and just trying to let air out of it. I need 2 hands for this. Okay. Let's just get it out the oven. That's all I want. Okay, the broccolini is mostly charred. Like, I think that the oven was way too hot. Okay, I'm going to get like carcinogenic stuff from all the burnt stuff that I'm eating, but I kind of like the taste of burnt stuff. Okay, let me just show you guys how it looks. So, sorry about the broccolini, and these are also burnt. But yeah, so this is the chicken. So we're going to like try to put these onto plates. Somehow salvage this stuff. I mean, wow. I'm glad I kept the stalks of the broccolini so I can like boil them. Well, it does have a taste at least. It's not like completely burnt, but yeah, it's probably not too good for you. This like carcinogenic stuff. Okay. Good. Good. Now, yeah, I think that this is fine. Yeah. Okay. Now let's put this onto plates. I feel like I've used all the stuff that I have. Do I even have plates left? The broccoli looks so small. It's broccolini. Chris Chapin chips. Yeah, you're just stopping by, but that's nice. Yeah, broccolini, I guess, is just small broccoli. I don't really know what it is. Apparently it comes from Guatemala in this case. Okay, so let's have one of these. I usually try to make like a photo shoot to like remind myself of like the good work that I do. Rostade grönsaker. Aioli. Okay, so we're going to add this. We're going to add some of this into it. We're going to add some of this. Oh wait, we need a spoon. We need a spoon. I've used up all the spoons that I have in this place. Okay, wait. More spoons. You can always be good with a spoon. Okay. Okay, well, so I got some on the plate. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we needed also the salad on it. So let's add the salad. Even though the salad isn't like cooked, we've cleaned it up. So here we put some salad leaves onto it. Good. Just some of the rucola stuff on it. Good. And so we put the. I'm arranging it like a chef. Okay. So we're going to have some lemon juice. Okay. We put the lemon onto the side to show that we have a sense of taste. Okay. And aioli. Because what we want is to reconstruct so that it looks like that, which it absolutely doesn't, but I try to like put it like this onto it. Okay, wait, how am I going to do this? Oops. 11 out of 10 plating. I don't know how to do this. Okay. where is, okay, here's the fork. Okay. So we've opened this aioli into it. Oh, it doesn't even put, okay, they put the aioli into like a little click on the side. Let me see, here we go. We're going to do like on the picture, we're going to try to recreate this. Squirt, squirt, squirt. Okay, there we go. That looks nice. Now, I usually try to take a picture of the video, from the video, so that I can, wait, how do we do this? How do you take a picture? I don't even know how to take a picture. This is difficult. Usually there's like a photo thing to take a photo of it. I don't know how you do that. How do you take a picture? Close. I don't know how you do that. Okay, well, I got bested by the camera. Wait, where are you guys on the live chat? Okay, there you are. Looks crispy. Yes, it is very crispy. It's because it's burnt to crisp. Okay, we're going to try to at least okay, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. We're going to leave it like this. I'm going to take a picture of it later. What we're going to do is we're going to just eat a little bit of the stuff that here because we deserve it. We can just add a little bit of that. I don't know really what to do with the butter, but we can have some of the butter on top of it. Here. There. I'm going to taste some of the butter. Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like it actually with the garlic. I'm just eating butter out of the pots, but I think that I deserve it. Like, and then the fruit, we're going to just see what it tastes like. Just sampling a little bit of each. That's good. It's got good stuff. You're just listening to me eat. Okay, I'll leave this here. We don't need the rest. What we could do is I could add some aioli and just eat some salad. To be honest, I just want something at this point because I'm dying. And I usually don't really eat salad just like that from the, but I think that we can just eat some and put the aioli on it because I like aioli. Good. That's good. Okay. We put this into the fridge. Oh no, it's dripping water. It is dripping water. Oh, I have a banana. That's good also. Oh, I have a piece of a banana. I have an aioli. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. You just get to see all my mess. Okay. Oh. Trying to rearrange you guys so that you fit in here. Wait. You guys are right on the on-off button. That's not a smart idea. Broccolini ASMR. Not at all ASMR. Wait, guys are not at all. This isn't at all right, but good. Okay. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Okay. Oof. Help. 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 No. Okay, I'm going to leave the plating as it is. I'll add all the things later. I have some lemons, so I can add some lemons to my aioli stuff. Because that's always good onto salad. And I'm going to just take my fork thing here. I'm just eating raw salad, but better than nothing. Okay. So we've been going for about 2 hours. If anybody has any questions, you can ask me now, because now I'm done. I'm done with the cooking. So yeah, for you guys who don't know about why salad when you can eat the main dish, because I'm not, like, I'm hungry, but I'm not that hungry. It's also an expensive thing. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take the photo of the thing, put it into the fridge, and eat it for lunch tomorrow. Also, I know that I'm not going to eat the salad otherwise. So I might eat a little bit of the chicken this evening, but I want to eat the salad first. I also bought, you know, sometimes you go to a store, you can buy a meal that's like old or like about to go out. And I bought some meatballs, you know, that were already cooked with potato mousse, because it was like 30% off. So I need to eat that too. Tasty meal. But from the things I did taste, it did taste good. The vegetables are kind of a bit too cooked, but they're good. They're a bit crunchy. And the butter thing was also nice. And the panko was nice. So the only thing that's left for me to taste is the actual chicken. Yeah, the aioli is nice too. So I think they will go well with everything. So yeah, when it comes to books I'm reading, because I have that 100 hours thing, I will be reading a lot. And it's kind of like, that's the only thing that I'm able to do right now is read, because I don't really love the world right now. I like the nature, but I can't get myself to actually do anything except for reading. So for some reason I can read, so I will do that. But it's hard for me to start trying out new things. So yeah, one of those new things is the bike, and the other thing is I want to start running, because there's going to be this race at the end of May that I have been going to the past 2 years. That's 3.8 kilometers. So I want to get back into do my 5-minute run once a week, at least to start with. But I don't know, I haven't gotten to that. Finally, yesterday was maybe the first day where the sun actually was out and actually warmed me, which hasn't been the case before. So yeah. So yeah, I was reading Sunrise Upon Reaping, which I'll talk about because I don't think that I'll make a separate video about that. So I'll talk about that unless there's anybody else who has anything else to say. I'm just eating a little bit of the broccolini. I've kept the stalks, so they'll be useful for later. Okay, I'm putting the chicken. I'll eat a piece of the chicken. We'll just get the tip here. Here. Okay, so I got some chicken here. Let's see what's going on. It's really crispy and nice, actually. It's a bit like a chicken nugget. So it's nice. I'm going to put the broccolini in the bowl that I just used. Chicken on top. Yes, it very much is like a chicken nugget. Okay. And then the goat cooked. It's like fries. Okay, good. Let's get rid of this bacon cheese. This is just butter. Good. Sorry I'm not on screen. I'm like trying to just deal with all this stuff here. That needs to be cleaned up. I'm eating the lemons. Cleaning. That's why I rarely do this. Like, the cleaning is ridiculous. But yeah, so, oh wait, I'm thirsty. Wait, what's going on? Yeah. You know what? I'm drinking it straight out of the bottle. I don't live with anybody. Okay, so I've got some juice and I've got a banana. So we're going to eat that. I did plan out my meals for today, right? What, you tried to create a fanzine? The sun is always free. I mean, it's free, but it's difficult to come by when you're in Sweden. So it may as well be very expensive. What are you a fan of? Oh, because I know what a zine is, but fanzine is about fandom. Yeah, sorry for being gross on camera, but this is my life. Okay. Fanzine, classical music concert of Rachmaninoff and Dvorak. straight from the bottom of that glass. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. With the amount of cleaning I would have to do, I can't deal with another thing to clean. So after I started reading, sucks that I've read a book per month sometimes when I have the energy. I like cultural events, concert, opera, conferences. Is the fanzine about Rachmaninoff and Dvorak? If you're planning on like spreading it to anybody, well, we went to see it. I went to see it. I mean, with me, with my fandoms or special interests or whatever, I just the most I do is read the book. Otherwise, I just watch a show or whatever. I watched a YouTube video. Mostly it's YouTube videos that of things I'm interested in. I'm a pretty passive consumer instead of like an active creator. So yeah, no, the fanzine is about an important theme for me, my relationship with God. Oh, would it be a fanzine? Or is it just a zine? Because a zine is just a magazine that you make yourself. I mean, I guess that you could be called a fan of God, but it's like not the usual context of fandom. I mean, you know, I guess that you could call religions fandoms. Okay, yeah, I'll look at it. Yeah, no, I think that it's a zine, and if it's, I mean, I don't really know either. It's just that some zines are more like explanations, and some are more. I've never been into it. But I did watch a video about like how to make a fanzine, or how to make a zine, and then I was like, wait. First of all, I thought that was pronounced zine. Now I know that's pronounced zine because it's like magazine. And then I thought that it was from the era before computers, but apparently you can make digital fanzines. So then I was like, oh, okay. So I found out about this as well. Yes. The God Jesus fandom is pretty big, I guess. Yeah, well, so it's the God fandom. Which, yeah, I guess it's split between different religions. It's going to be different. Yeah, no. The only thing I've been creating, I guess, is the collage journal that I only have one page left. So I've done all the collages because it's pretty quick for me to do, and I don't need to. Sometimes I take a long time because I'm like wondering like, or I have no picture for the specific space, and then I'm like wondering, and then I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'm just going to stick something there. And so it doesn't end up being good, but at least there's something done, you know? Yes, it was your first time. Well, congrats. I mean, it's good that people are creating things. Yeah, it's been hard with trying to juggle all these things, you know? I usually watch or read something, I check Reddit, and then I move on. I don't think my brain is ordered enough to make a fanzine. Well, I mean, most people in fandoms are neurodivergent in some sense. And so, I don't know. They're able to create things. I did write fan fiction back back in the day, but I did it for like a few years ago. I was writing. I have like 3 fan fictions that basically have like a few chapters, and that was it. I didn't finish them after, it's been several years now. I'm never getting back to them. And it's sad because there are people in the comments that are like, wow, this is one of my favorite fan fictions of all time. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm never going to finish this. But I know that I myself have read fan fictions that have been updated several years after the fact. And I don't remember the original story at all, but I actually enjoy getting new chapters because the person has often gotten way better at writing than they were before. And so I just get like more stuff. So I shouldn't be as like saying like I'm never going to finish it, but I don't know. It was hosted in LGBTQIA plus place, which was the first time going. Some people were very creative. Oh. Maybe one day you might feel inspired to finish it. Yeah, the thing is, I think that I ran into a very INFP problem, which is that I can see several possible ways of how to continue the story. I have no idea what I haven't planned an ending or like a progression to the story. I just have several ideas of like how it could go, but I can't decide myself for one, you know? Basically, I left off, like it's Sherlock, John Locke fanfiction, where I left Sherlock off in the middle of a panic attack, which is like cliffhanger. But yeah, so he's never getting out of that panic attack, apparently. And so, you know, in one version, John Watson comes in and helps comfort him throughout the panic attack. And one of them, he ignores him entirely and just goes back to his house, and Sherlock is left to cry on his own. And, you know, there are several different possibilities. And I can't decide on one of them. Because it means that I need to let go of all the other. Yeah. So that's it. Okay, yes, so I'm going to get into Sunrise on the Reaping. Now that I'm eating the banana and had that, and we're going to have some grapes now. Kind of like a dessert. I have too many grapes. Okay, good. We have grapes, we have the juice. Back is the fridge. Okay. Perhaps that's what will cause the inspiration. A moment in the future that helps you decide how to continue the story. Yeah, well, it's been more than a year now since that story came out. I also have the other story, which is about John Watson and Sherlock Holmes going to Stockholm to investigate a murder that happened at the Nobel Prize ceremony. The thing is with that story is that there's so much research that I have to do. And I couldn't do that, you know? Like, I couldn't do it. So, because each chapter is named after one of the categories of the Nobel Prize. So one of them is called peace, one of them is called physics. And so in each chapter, there's like a reference to that category. But in that one, I got the opposite problem where I got the opposite problem where I ran out of ideas. And also, I admit I do not know who committed the murder. So I'm I'm writing literally like a crime like a case, a crime case, without even knowing what the answer is myself. Because that's not the point of the story. The point isn't who did it. The point is to show John Watson and Sherlock Holmes' relationship through that they're in another country. Of course, they're in Sweden, right? You know, and the Nobel Prize was a good reason to get them to Stockholm, you know, so that I could like describe Stockholm, which was also ultimately a point of it. But so anyway, then there was a story that was basically me just torturing the characters, and I don't even know what I was doing there. But there I was trying to like make them, but you know, the thing is I'm not a psychologist, so I can't like make the characters go through therapy. I wanted them to be accountable for what happened to them, like, and what they did to each other, and I wanted them to heal from everything that had happened. And that was too ambitious. I don't know how to fix these people. I can't fix these characters. They're too messed up for their own good. Anyway, let's see. Where was we? Where were we? Sorry, I can't talk today. Watson comforting Sherlock seems most like him to me. Well, yes, except for the fact that in BBC Sherlock, John Watson turns into like a monster, or like a shadow himself in season 3 and 4. So I'm kind of going off that, of the fact that he's so affected by the grief of Sherlock dying that he can't trust him anymore. And also Sherlock takes drugs, which he doesn't approve of. So yeah, it could go either way. Even though, yes, I agree. I think comforting him would be what he would do. Perhaps the story doesn't need to resolve or answer who did it. I don't know how to resolve the story in any way. I met a Danish guy who somehow he auto-edited a book he wrote about a fiction about some kind of energy density threshold that whatever it's crossed the mechanism is activated. Okay, well, it eliminates civilization. It was a bit about how much imagination he has. Yeah, I don't understand any of that. Because, yeah, once again, physics is difficult for me. I don't understand it. So I get a little bit lost when it comes to like science fiction-y kind of stuff. Or at least the science fiction that is based on physics and space and all that. That's difficult. But I did that was good in The Dispossessed by Ursula Le Guin. I found that was actually a good point about, like, it was actually a good science fiction set in space. But otherwise, I usually don't read that kind of thing. I read science fiction that's based. So, once again, like, yes, and I've seen Star Wars, but I haven't read any science fiction based in space, or that is based on physics. I don't know. I guess the science fiction. I don't really know. No, I haven't read Isaac Asimov because I haven't read any of that kind of book. There are many books that I've read, but I think that it would be too physics heavy for me. The kind of science fiction that I read, I did read you know, the one with robots. What was it called? Anibot. That was science fiction. Also, I've read dystopias, like The Handmaid's Tale is kind of a science fiction. and I've read The Hunger Games, which now, okay, Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. Okay, so there's a bit, his hard sci-fi is tough to get into. It's like reading Wikipedia sometimes. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other science fiction that I would have. I mean, Good Omens is not really science fiction. It's more fantasy, I guess. Um, yeah, so it's not science fiction. Yeah, I'm trying to think, but I don't really know. Oh yes, you were offered by the Onion postdoc who works in robotics. Yes. No, so what I did read was Antibot, which was a good book. I would recommend. Um, and yeah, you could count Claire and the Sun as science fiction, which I really love Claire and the Sun. And possibly you could count Never Let Me Go as science fiction, even though it's not really that. Um, yeah, but Claire and the Sun is science fiction. It's also about robots. From the point of view of the robot. I do like that kind of story where it's a robot that talks about. And then I read the Alien by Matt Haig. That was okay, about the alien that comes to Earth. I did read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I would guess is it's science fiction, but it's also like comedy, like kind of funny. So I like that. Like Love Star by Snare Magnuson. Okay. Dystopian sci-fi. Okay. Love Star. Okay. The only thing science fiction I read is Paris au XXe siècle by Jules Verne. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there is Jules Verne is a science fiction guy. I forgot about that. But yeah, the only one I've read by Jules Verne isn't really science fiction because it's Around the World in 80 Days. I haven't read Un milieu sous les mers and all of those. So yeah, no. But so anyway, I'll get now into Sunrise Upon the Reaping. For those of you who have read The Hunger Games, I don't know if you have. Maybe you've seen the movies. I'm just going to say that Sunrise Upon the Reaping is even more tragic than The Hunger Games because you know that by the end, nothing is resolved, you know? But also, President Snow is so mean towards Hamish that it's like awful. So I don't want to get into too many spoilers, but basically everybody dies. That's like that's like the premise. Everybody dies, and nobody gets any kind of happiness except Snow. And Hamish defied Snow, and therefore he's cursed for the rest of his life to live but half a life, and he just wishes that he were dead like all the time for like 25 years until Katniss and Peeta, you know, challenge the system again, and that they actually managed to dismantle the system. And yeah, so it's nice in the epilogue. There's an epilogue where it's like Hamish gets to talk about how Katniss and Peeta are taking care of him and that they've given him goose eggs and now he has geese and he's happy. And he finds some kind of purpose to his life. But yeah, I've read like 250 pages in one sitting, pretty much. I spent literally like several hours, like I slept 3 hours that night because I was just reading and reading and then crying and crying and crying. It was really quick to read. But yeah. I went to read Sunrise on the Reaping, but it felt like the book sort of wrote itself. Everybody dies, Haymitch wins. I really want to know what happens in between. Yeah, but the thing is, Haymitch wins, but you realize just how much luckier Peeta and Katniss actually were, because Peeta and Katniss had the 25 years of in between of like the rebellion. Also, it's interesting to see how Haymitch describes the games, his experience compared to Katniss, because we only have like one narrator, like, and so seeing inside Katniss's brain, she has been traumatized by the games, so she just wants to be independent on her own, while Haymitch is like a more of an extroverted guy, so he goes and knows everything about everyone. So it's interesting how he sees the games compared to how she sees the games. And she sees the games as like she just wants to like stay alive. And he kind of wants to break the games already from the start. A little bit more like Peeta, where Peeta said that he didn't want to be changed by the games. So it's interesting. And that's the psychology of the characters. Also, I mean, Haymitch, basically, not only in the arena do people die, everybody dies all the time, everywhere, because of all the inequalities, so it sucks. It's written from a different perspective, yeah. Brave New World and Vonnegut. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I didn't like Brave New World. I couldn't deal with that. I read 1984, but I hated Fahrenheit 451 and I hated Brave New World. I did read Slaughterhouse 5. But yeah, so I guess that's science fiction as well. It's different kind of dystopia. But yeah. So yes, I have read 1984, which I guess is considered science fiction. And yeah, I couldn't finish Brave New World and I couldn't finish Fahrenheit 451. I think that's because I cannot stand when things are considered utopian or dystopian and I don't agree with everything being dystopian or utopian, you know? It's like, yeah, of course I'm not going to agree with everything of the author. But it's hard for me to like really get into the story when I truly disagree with a certain part of it. Like, yeah, the IVF thing in Brave New World is seen as like such a bad thing, but like I wasn't totally, yeah, I didn't understand why there would be less sex in this new world rather than I think that people would rather want to keep having sex, so I don't understand why they would like suddenly decide that it was disgusting. So it gets me confused, you know. And for Fahrenheit 451, I couldn't understand anything, so I was it was a strange. The writing was way too flowery for what was actually happening. And also there was so much focus on like yeah, I've made a whole video about why I didn't like Fahrenheit 441, but I didn't like Brave New World either. But I liked 1984. And I liked, yeah. Slaughterhouse 5 was fine. I did, the style of writing was a little bit strange. It was interesting though, like to explore the trauma of the soldiers after the war from that book. Yes, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I mean, I'm not going to like say too much bad stuff about it because I couldn't read past a certain point. I could only read like the first third or something, and then I had to give up. I couldn't get into the story. Like, I was just like confused as to what the actual premise of that world was, because it seemed like several things that were not totally linked. So yeah, no, I couldn't really get into that one. I'm not saying that people are wrong for liking these books. I'm just saying, like, I don't. Yeah, you know, some books we like, some books we don't. And some books we understand, and some books we don't understand. I failed to really connect to the premise of that one, you know? And even as I connected to the premise of Fahrenheit 451, I found that the way it was executed was not great. So yeah. I'm trying to think of other science fiction that I might have read, but maybe that's all I've read. I maybe haven't read anything else than that. It's not my most favorite genre. But at the same time, I haven't read a lot of fantasy either. And I haven't read a lot. I mean, Frankenstein is considered first sci-fi, and I like Frankenstein. Frankenstein is very much like a psychological novel, a little bit more like a philosophical, ethical thing. But yeah, it's sci-fi. When are you going to read Wheel of Time books? Never. I do want to read. I want to read the first one. But yeah, so I would count that as like fantasy, right? Yeah, I haven't read a lot of fantasy. But yeah, I want to read fantasy. I haven't. It's on my list, but my to be read list is 400 books plus. So like I'm never going to get to it. But it's on my list. I did have a goal this year that I'm going to read a book that's over 400 pages long, but I'm thinking that I might make it the Count of Monte Cristo or some other classic. I've also wondered if I should like read Game of Thrones, the first book, instead. So we'll see, but Wheel of Times. I mostly read books that are not science fiction, mainly reading about social issues. Yeah. I've been trying to get less into reading nonfiction because I already fill my mind with so much like nonfiction through the video essays that I watch on YouTube. But yeah, I really liked the nonfiction that I've been reading. There's so many books to read. It's like, it's hard to choose anything. And also it's hard for me because at the moment, like, I don't want to think about the state of the world more than I have to. Because I was thinking of reading about, there's like the sexism in the age of AI or something. I wanted to read that, but then I was like, oh, do I though? I'm not sure. There was this one book that I tried to listen to the audiobook, but then I realized that there was the accent was not something that I liked, which was about bird watching. But it was a Finnish accent, and I couldn't really understand what he was saying most of the time, so I gave up after listening to it for a few minutes. But yeah, about bird watching. So yeah, I saw a bird that's called the Eurasian oystercatcher, which is one of my favorite birds because it has red beak that is pointy, and it looks kind of dainty otherwise, but it looks very silly with its pointy beak. And then it also can open oysters which apparently no other plover bird can really open oysters as well as this. And also, they scare off seagulls, which are my least favorite bird. So I like those. So, but usually they're more by the sea and the south. Like when I lived in the south of Sweden, I would see those. But now I saw one here in my town, so that was funny. And when I posted it on Instagram, one of the psychologists or psychotherapists that works on my clinic actually, he sent me his favorite bird, which is the green woodpecker, I think. It has like a red head and a black by its eye, and it's green otherwise. It makes a lot of noise, like that, in the forest. So that was kind of fun. Wait, you guys are going to lose me because there's no power on my phone. Okay. The narrator of an audiobook is so critical, can make or break it. Yeah, exactly. I'm sometimes very picky. The thing is, there's some audiobook providers that let you listen to a sample, but some of them don't. So I'm glad that the new one I have, that is 100 hours, lets you listen to a sample of the book. Because there are, like, one of the books that are long that I was planning on reading was Anna Karenina. And there are like 4 different audiobooks on the service. So I was like, wait, which one is best? And so I had to like listen to each one. And I was like, oh, okay, so this one's slower, and this one is a man, and this one is a woman, and this one has a more posh kind of accent, and another one is more casual. And so, yeah, it really changes things. So the reason that I picked to listen to The Wizard of Earth Sea is because it was Rob Inglis, who has also been the narrator of Lord of the Rings, which was the audiobook version that I listened to when I was reading the Lord of the Rings. So that really that helped me a little bit into immersing myself into the story. Tolstoy, that's a big endeavor. Yeah, I don't think I much do it, but because I have so many hours on the audiobook, the only thing is that I think that maybe I don't want to have a translation in audiobook format, you know, because the translations, first of all, are so different from one another, but also the audiobook. So I think it's better to actually read the physical copies when it comes to translations of Russian novels, at least. Because, yeah, I realized when I was reading White Knights and I had the audiobook of White Knights, and they were 2 different translations, I realized just how different they were. And it confused me a lot. So I ended up just reading the paper version. I couldn't listen to the audiobook version at the same time. Yes, Rob Inglis is very good. War and Peace is a huge book. Yeah. Yes. I'm not going to read War and Peace, I don't think. I don't think I'm going to read that. I'm not going to read such a big book. But I have thought of The Count of Monte Cristo because apparently it is like more of a fun read that goes quicker, even though it's like 800 pages or something. Also, it's in French, which I can understand, and that isn't a translation, you know. So I'm kind of on the fence about reading such huge books that are translated. I'm not a person who likes to read translations. So when I find a book in French, I want to read it in French. So, one of the books that I was listening to was En man som heter Ove, which is a man called Ove. I talk about it in the video about autism and am I autistic or just Swedish? And I argue for the fact that Ove might be autistic. Yes, Quantum Monte Cristo was a feuilleton, exactly. Like a lot of books at the time, like Sherlock Holmes and that kind of thing. But so, En man som heter Ove is a Swedish book, so I listened to the audiobook version oh, hello, Carm. Yeah, you missed all of the cooking, which took me 1.5 hours or more. I don't know. So now we're just talking about books, and we were talking about sci-fi, and I was talking about Sunrise Upon the Reaping a little bit. I don't want to spoil it for people, but it is very tragic and very sad. And now I'm talking about translations of books, and I try to read books that are not translated because so I listened to the audiobook of like a Japanese story, and it was kind of clunky and it wasn't good. But you know, I'm never going to be able to read Japanese, so like I might as well. But if it is a French book or if it is a Swedish book, I'm going to read it in that language. I read Italo Calvino in French because I figured like he knew French, so he did his own translation, I think. But yeah, so En man som heter Ove is actually a Swedish book, and it only makes sense in a Swedish context. So that's why I have him. I talk about that in my next video. That's going to be about, am I autistic or just Swedish? Because Ove is very Swedish, but he's also autistic, kind of coded. But his autism is also giving him problems in Sweden, because even if he's typically Swedish, he doesn't actually fit into the Swedish society because it's still a different culture, you know. Basic, I'm stuck on a train watching this on my cell phone. I feel so modern now. Yes, I prefer the original language if I can. Good. Cool, book talk and cooking. Oh, I see. Welcome to modernity. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to eat some more of this stuff. Aioli is growing hard. Why don't you just... I have so many dishes, it's so overwhelming, I don't know what to do. We're going to eat more of this salad on a plate with more aioli, because I want to keep some of this food for tomorrow. But I'm also eating a lot of this stuff on the way, so maybe it won't keep to tomorrow. Where's the aioli? There it is. Oh, okay. I got the aioli, I got the juice, and I've got the salad. Good. Oh my god, I'm tired. And it's dripping. Everything is dripping. Okay. Is it common to take a train in the US? Because I heard it can be really expensive. I mean, trains are super expensive here in Sweden, so I can't imagine being more expensive than that. I'm going to be going to the south of Sweden soon, so for like a course. And I don't really know how I'm going to do it. But it's my boss that's paying, so it's fine. But yeah. But you know, D is often on trains. She really liked the Amtrak trains. She was going all over the place. I don't think that she's doing that much of that anymore. But she used to. There was that one video where she was like out and about. But Carm, you live in like the Chicago area. I don't know what kind of trains you guys go to. Yeah, TGV are the worst and prices are not reasonable. Well, the thing is, in France, the TGV at least go fast. In Sweden, the price of the ticket is even more expensive and slower. So, even if it's bad in France, it's actually not good here in Sweden either. But like, yeah, I'm not going to complain. Like, I like trains. Yeah, the TGV are fast. Because like, I don't know how much time it takes to go from Marseille to Paris. Maybe they're just as fast as the Swedish like fast track line. I don't know. I wish that I had like train special interest autism. Then I would be able to tell you these kinds of facts. I don't know. I like trains. I like being in trains, but I don't know the facts about trains. So to get from Stockholm to Malmö, it takes you about like 4.5 hours. Maybe 5 hours. 5 hours maybe, because it takes 4.5 hours to get to Hässleholm, and then maybe an hour more. Yeah, so it takes a long time. Nantes to Lyon is 4.5 hours, for example. Yeah, but Nantes to Lyon you'd have to pass through Paris. So like that's the thing that is slowing you down, is that you're not going at a straight line. Well, Stockholm to Malmö is pretty much a straight line. You have like the lakes there, but like you're going pretty much, you're not like going in a triangle shape. So basically you're going faster, but you're getting there at the same time. Because you have a longer way to go, I guess. Or maybe you have a long wait in Paris, because you're not taking just one train. So yeah, I don't know. Oh yes, I think we have more trains here than trees. Or birds. I like trains too, though. Haven't rode one since the 90s. Wait, so where are you doing on the train now? You haven't been on a train since the 90s and now you're on a train? Okay. So it's a direct from Nantes to Lyon. But where does it pass through? Oh, Papa Paris, but we don't change trains. Oh. Oh, okay. So it just stops there. That's interesting. yeah, I don't know. I take trains that are like an hour to Stockholm, but like that's different. But when I was living in the south of Sweden, it took me ages to get there and ages to come back, and then the train would like stop in the middle of nowhere. So I don't know. Messy live eating now, I guess. You're driving. You're stuck at the train. You're just confusing me more and more. You're stuck at the train? You mean at this train station? Or you mean where the train meets the road? I hope that you don't have like the phone on while you're driving. Because that's dangerous. But I don't think that that's what Carmen's doing. But I don't know what he's doing. Okay. We're soon getting to the 3-hour limit here. So let's see. Yes, I'm live eating, which is not exciting for you guys, but I kind of feel like these recipes are like the death of me. I don't know why I do this, but I find it fun. I find it fun to do these lives. It's just that I somehow, I'm always like, okay, well, I'll be done after an hour. And then it's always like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Like literally the SpongeBob meme, 2 hours later. I'm thinking of going to Paris for my summer holiday. But it's just that like I have to plan the stuff. I have to go to a place. I have to buy the plane tickets. I have to go to a hotel or something. I have to book the hotel. I have to take myself. I have to plan stuff. I don't know if I want to do that, I kind of feel like doing a solo trip because I don't want to coordinate with people that I have to stay at, the people whose houses I stay at. Okay, what? Trains are expensive in Sweden. Do people drive instead? Yeah, they drive, or they. But now with gas, everything costs a lot. Some people take the plane if they're going to the north of Sweden. So, yeah. Sometimes a plane is less expensive than a train. Where the train station meets the road. No, definitely not texting while driving. Are you waiting for somebody at the train station, maybe? I don't know. Keep me posted. Where the train station meets the road. I hope that you're in a parking lot in that case. Something like that. Because yeah, I hope that you're not on that actual road. Okay, train is over. No, getting ready to drive again. Catch you later. Bon appetit. Okay, yay. Bye. Okay, well, I guess that we're going to end this here. Unless there's somebody else that has something pressing to say. This has been a good 3 hours. So yeah, I'm going to keep on eating this and take a picture with my very nice plate. Let's go and show how the plate looks like. Oh wait, I only have 12% on my phone. Okay, let's do it quickly then. Always nice to see you. Yes, it's nice to see you too and hear from you guys. So this is what we did today. We made the Chicken Kiev. That took me, it says 30 to 35 minutes, but instead it took 1 hour and a half. So yeah, and so I'm going to be doing 2 more of these that I'll spread out during the next week. And yeah, let's say bye. Okay. So bye, everybody. Have a nice day. Or night, or whatever. Let's see. I don't even know how to close this. Bye, everyone. Bye, Distrack. And a lovely evening, good night, and have a lovely rest of your weekend. Yes, you too. Okay, bye, everyone.